I'm talking for the sperm, you know, and just to understand what you are doing every day in the lab. You know, actually, all the people are looking for the oocytes, are looking for have different marker, different item for to choose the oocytes. I think it's important, but I think also it's not very, very, very important, because for a biologist, for doctor biologists, embryologists working in the lab, we can do nothing with the oocytes. We're just waiting for the oocytes after the stimulation. And the stimulation is the work of gynecologists. If you get 6 oocytes, you are working with 6. If you have 10, you are working with 10. You are not say, this is not put out and inject this one. You are looking what the material that you got in the lab. And this is, again, the work of the gynecologist, because according to the age of the patient, the stimulation, PCO, and you have the oocytes. But you have absolutely a different way, a different choice for the sperm. Because the sperm, you have not 6, no 5, 10, you have 1,000 and million. And this is, for me, the more important job for the biologist to choose the best one. What is the best one? Now, we know that the sperm parameter is not enough to understand what's happening in the sperm. Because we have the sperm parameters and we have different tests, like the DNA fragmentation, like the blue aniline, to have an evaluation of the sperm. But all this kind of system, you cannot use it more, the sperm, because the sperm is fixed, is stated, is on the slide, and is dead. You have any correlation, just the correlation that you have in a moving sperm, in sperm in life, is the morphology. In the morphology under the microscope, when you choose this one and not this one. You see, when you have a sperm like that, we can see how it's move, how it's look, but for us, it's more important to understand what there is inside. Because, like I told you, the DNA and the quality of the DNA is more important than the face. Because if you make a diagnostic only on the face, it's good face, bad face, but it's not very important, more important inside. And we're looking if there is a link between the morphology in life and what's happening inside. And it was a dogma that the oocytes carry everything, the DNA and all the genome. But it's not the truth, because we know now that there is in the sperm more than 3,000 different mRNA. There are the programmation for the protein, new protein, and protein that you don't find in the oocytes. Just protein coming just for the sperm and for the mRNA sperm. This is the more important role of the sperm. And what we are working every day in a system under Hoffman, what you are looking for the shape and the size of the head, and for the cytoplasmic droplet and the tail. This is an axis system. This is more important. And you can see, for example, here you have 3 sperm that you want. This looks nice, you have to keep it. And this is little elongated. There is a cytoplasmic droplet and another elongated. That you don't take it. It's easy to find it and to fluid. Now, this is what you are doing every day with normal sperm, looking for normal sperm at low magnification. Now, what is the high magnification? It's also another nanoscale system with a new vision of the sperm moving in 3D, and you can see it's absolutely a new vision. But it looks nice, but it's not enough. It's more important if you can choose which one. And like I told you just before, it's not necessary to spend a lot of time to select the best oocyte and to inject just an other sperm. We make a study to find a link, a correlation between the morphology that you saw at high magnification and the quality of the DNA of the quality of the sperm, and which is the more characteristic which affect the evolution of the embryo development. You see in this little video, the sperm at low magnification. This is now high magnification, and it looks like normal with little vacuole here. And here on the base, there is little things that I explain what it is. Now, you see, this 3 sperm that we saw in the first at 400 magnification, this is now at high magnification. According to the classification I'm explaining to you now, this one, it's a bad one, because look, there is here a vacuole, and the basis of the head is abnormal. This is look normal, and also this one. It means on the tree, you have 2 normal and 1 abnormal. Again, according to the morphology, but more. This video, the same sperm is the same time, high, and you see the difference of the head with the, you can appreciate in the needles the sperm, and you can play with him, like that he's turning around, and you can see different faces in 3D, and to see if there is a vacuole. And we establish a new scoring of the sperm according this is vacuole, this is a vacuole another, and this is abnormally on the basis. This look normal, and this is bad. And according this classification, in red you have this sperm you must avoid, to discard it, and there is another. And more important, you are not looking for to have the best one, because when you see the best one and you inject, you have high chances for to get blastocysts or to have fertilization, but sometimes you have nothing. We are thinking that the more important for us is to discard, to avoid the worst, because with the worst, we are sure that we never get the blastocyst. This is a big difference, and this is why we can make time to select the sperm. You see, this is the same sperm at high magnification and low magnification. This is absolutely bad with the base and the vacuole. Now, you can think globally you have, you know that there is linear fermentation, condensation of the chromatid, but when you are choosing the sperm, you must think globally for the spermatozoon, not only the sperm. This is the first publication that we do for this classification. And you can see that according to the quality of the sperm, the fertilization rate is decreased, and the blastocyst rate is decreased. That we can have a bad spermatozoon, and we inject and you get fertilization, you get blastocyst, but the quality is decreasing. And with the kind of sperm, look at that, in this last column, you never reach a blastocyst with the kind of sperm. 0. And this is more important, to discard this sperm. Because another, this is what ICSI is working. ICSI is not for everyone, but there is a difference. It's according to the quality of the sperm. There is sometimes that you need to have a high magnification for to select the best one. And this is the score. For the head is 2 points, for the vacuole is 3 points, and for the basis is 1 point. In total, it's made 6. And you are thinking like that. We make a logistic regression to have this formula, and there is a calculation for the basis, the vacuole, and the head. This is a classification. This is normal, 6 points. If there is, it's 6 points, like in Video, 1 point, 2 points. This is 5, because there is abnormality just on the basis. And here there is a morphology of the head. This is 2 points less. It's made 4. And if you have an association with the vacuole and the basis, and it's made 2 points because you decrease. And the worst is this one, because you have a vacuole, the morphology, I am not talking about the morphology at low magnification, like a macrocephalic, like a long, you don't need IMSI for that. Just IMSI is working very well. Just I am talking about the fine, the traces morphology at high magnification. And sometimes you have something like that, there is invagination or there is an explanation of the sperm. And you see here the vacuole, and this is normal bases and you have abnormal bases. According to this classification, this sperm is just 2, because there is vacuole and abnormal base. You know that in abnormal bases it's important because in this place there is a centriole and the centrosome, and this makes for the meiosis the chromosome are not running slowly and going to make the singly and to have a division of the nucleus. We like to study according to the score, and you see when we are taking the sperm in low magnification, you have 32% chance to have a good sperm, 50 to have normal sperm between, and the worst is 50%. The risk is 50% when you are working in ICSI. This is what you are making in an absolutely blind eyes, and you have 50% risk to have a bad sperm when you are working in ICSI. And also, if you have a young woman with young oocytes, you know that the oocytes can repair some abnormality. This is why ICSI is working. But if you have a woman with 36, 38, with less, with mitochondria in the oocytes, they cannot repair the abnormality. And in this kind, you need to have high magnification and ICSI. Look at the fertilization rate. For without a vacuole is 83, with a vacuole is 58. And for the embryo, you see the quality A and B is 90% versus 60%. Now, look at the different score. If you are looking for the sperm, let I tell you, just 50% of risk of this is a red that you never take it, and the green it's okay. Fertilization rate, look, is decreasing 82, 54. Embryo, quality 39, 37. This is not really, and you see that according to the quality of the sperm is the embryo is 32 versus 31, 21. And the top blasto, this is 0, 80. And for the pregnancy, sure, if you have no blastocysts, you have 0 pregnancy and 13 according to the quality of the sperm. Now, this is the score, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you see that the pregnancy rate is going up because you have more blastocysts. We have another. The first classification, fashioned better than me, is in his country, in Israel. This is Bartov made the first classification. But Bartov said he knew very well, and I know, I'm sure that he knew very well, he see very well, I'm sure that he see very well, but he said only he can see and he can decide, and no one can decide until he. But this is not true. We can have a classification, and I know that Pasha is also working in Israel with the labs for that, and he works very well. But I think that the sense must be to teach for everyone and to learn for everyone, not to teach for only for this one person. This is my conception of the science. And you see, in this kind, you can see the sperm, high magnification and low magnification. Now, have you seen the different results according to the score, 1 to 26? We are just not looking for the extremely scoring. It's mean the 6 score, this is the best one, and the 0, this is the worst. Again, this kind of sperm, we cannot see it in a low magnification because if it's very big vacuole, sometimes you can believe there is something, but not all. And this different kind, you cannot see. And look now for the fertilization, 80, 57, for the top blastocyst, and for the pregnancy. And there is no restriction. This is why I tell you that there is kind of sperm that you must avoid and to And many studies for compare ICSI and ICSI, there are between. And between, it's the same. If you are working with the sperm in ICSI or in ICSI, if you are working in the kind of morphology, you have the same result in ICSI and in ICSI. This is one. This is approved and not approved sperm. In conclusion, to choose the sperm, it depends the score of the zero, of the best, the worst. If the score is very low, we can go in ICSI. Also, if the score is low, but it's a young oocytes, you can go in ICSI. But if the rate of the score, because you know that it's 50% the chance that you get a bad sperm if you are looking blind eyes to select a sperm in low magnification, it's 50 chance risk to get a bad one. If you are high score, you must go in ICSI. And if you aging oocytes, you must also go in ICSI. This is Sakas, who is working a lot in sperm. He said that the best system to separate sperm is electrophoretic separation, but also is in ICSI. And he said, but it's time consuming. It's time consuming because if you are looking for different parameters, but it's not time consuming if you are looking just for the tree and you are thinking for to discard the worst, you are go quickly. And time consuming is depend. If you are working to give the best for your couple, it's not time consuming, it's time for working. We try to understand if there is some abnormality inside the sperm with the chromosome, and we don't find any correlation with the morphology and the chromosome status. And we know that there is a fragmentation, very important, and we try to understand also for the chromatin duplication. You can see here there is any correlation between the morphology and the sperm fragmentation, that you can use it. But it's more interesting here, you see, it's very significant. It means that the sperm with score 0, very bad sperm, have a different condensation of the chromatin. It's not a problem of the chromosome, it's a problem of the chromatin. You know that in the head, the DNA is packaging, and during this spermatogenesis, there is a lot of abnormality could occur, and there is an abnormality of the sperm quality. It cannot give a good embryo, and they stop and block the embryo during his early development. You know that there is a histone, and they're replaced with protamine, and there is a very good compaction. And this tightly compaction is very important to protect the paternal genome. For us, the more important is to expand this chromatin to eliminate. And we have only one link in real time and in life sperm is the morphology at high magnification. We know for the histone there are the methylation, and this is a new paper that you are doing. I'm talking about that tomorrow. That we found that the sperm that I explained you, the zero, the best one is here, 6, and the worst is here. They have a higher level of methylation. It means two things for the sperm. They have a chromatin nowhere compacted, abnormally, and also high level of methylation. And you know, the methylation is very important, it's the key. When there is methylation, they stop the chain for the translation of the gene. And if it's coming too early, there will be more protein, and it's coming later, they stop also the translation of the gene. The last, to close the circle, if there is abnormality on the chromosome, there is no abnormality on the chromosome, there is abnormality on the chromatin, there is abnormality on the methylation, without that there is abnormality on the malformation of the babies. And in this study, we follow during 5 years 1,028 children born with the two techniques, on the two arms. And you can see that we are 578 from ICSI and 450 for MC. And looking for the mother age, the same on the two arms. For the father age, the same on the two arms. And for the gestational age on the mix, the same, no difference. For the birth weight, no difference. In ICSI, no difference. But when we are looking for the measure of malformation, for an ICSI, we have 3.8%, and in ICSI you have 1.3%. And we know that in natural spontaneous conception, the rate of abnormality in art in general, IVF or ICSI, is around 350 or 4%. And with this, we can go under. And we see also that this problem occurs more often with the boy than with the girl. And in conclusion, this high magnification, it's not using for everyone, it's not true, but you need to have it to get more blastocysts and to avoid the worst, to choose better confection of the chromatin and to decrease the hypermutation and also the measure of malformation. Thank you very much for your attention.
Yeah. Any questions? Many from audience. Now, I was amazed by the quality of embryos that are given by Parthenos. So Parthenos gave very beautiful blastocysts with no sperm.
Yes.
So how is possible that you have 0 blastocysts with bad sperm? Whereas even without no sperm, it could be a blastocyst.
No, but potentially you don't get it every time. Sometimes, when you have an activation of the oocytes with calcium or something like that. But if you have in your box oocytes without sperm, you don't get partitions like that. It's not. You must to have an stimulation.
Yeah, you need to activate.
Yes.
But still,
you don't activate it when you here we injected the sperm. We injected the sperm and we inject. You are not the same way that partagent. Partagent is coming with calcium, and we must touch to have an activator. It's different. Here we inject the sperm, and we inject the sperm. You know that sometimes
you have clear tenders, so they're basically activated.
Yes, but
you don't have blastocysts.
It's different. I think it's different way because if it's partagent, I know that sometimes you have good blastocysts. You do nothing. You are just looking for the oocytes, and then you get you must get something to do to get partagenosis. Here, I can tell you, if you inject the sperm, it's a different way, and if you inject the worst sperm, you don't get a blastocyst. Try it.
From your permission, I would like to ask you one practical question. What is a minimal sperm count when you could make IMSI?
We can go down with 5,000, but more than the number, the motility is more important than the numbers. Because if you have 5,000 and you put the sperm in the PVP, in the drop of PVP, and you have a good motility, you can go out and you can catch them. But if the motility is very low, you can do nothing with. And for that, we are working sometimes, not just before with Alexander and Louis here, we are not working in the pure PVP, in the bad sperm, with low concentration and low motility. We are working with half PVP and half medium. Like that, the sperm have more chance to move outside.